listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It is when I say beautiful day, oh my God, it is beautiful. Do you know the temperature right now is 63 degrees and we're going to hit 70? Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely out there today. It is, what's the day? January 26th, and the sun is shining brightly. 63 degrees, y'all. Yes, 70 high. Yes. Now it's going to rain later, but right now it's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous with a slight chance of rain. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. I started out early as always. Let me tell y'all, I'm hooked on. I am absolutely addicted to Clubhouse. And again, today is Talk Business Tuesday. So once I give you some news you can use, we're going to talk about Clubhouse because I'm addicted, y'all. I keep telling y'all I'm straight up addicted. But I'm addicted for good reasons. And I'll tell you why on the other side. So let's get on with our show today. Today is National Peanut Brittle Day. You know, it's so funny. It's the tiny things that make you remember people, right? My mother loved peanut brittle. And I used to say, why you like peanut brittle? She loved peanut brittle. And it was so funny because anytime my husband would see something, he would sneak it to her. And I'd be like, where you get that from? And she'd be like, mind your business. That's what she used to tell me. Mind your business. But she loved peanut butter. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, another memory. But, you know, it's a good thing because I know she loved peanut brittle. Today is also National Spouses Day. So I don't exactly know what you're supposed to do except for tell your spouse, I love you. I love you, honey. So if you listen to if you listen to me today, because I know sometimes you get a chance to listen. Love you, Frank Jr. That's my partner in crime, my road dog, my backbone, my shoulder to cry on, all those good things. You know, my friend and all the other stuff that go along with that. So National Spouses Day, tell your spouse you love them, appreciate them. Because, well, listen, wait a minute now. If you do, I'm not saying just if you love and appreciate your spouse, let them know. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave it right there. Right there. Leave it right there. All right, let's go ahead and do our horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Tuesday, January the 26th. We are almost at the end of this month. I got so much. Listen, So I know I don't talk about this a lot because I don't do it a lot. I really do it like when somebody asks me they need some insurance coverage, which I got to put in about 4 policies right now because someone asked me. But listen, this is what happened. It's time for me to renew my license. And I was like, oh my God, I have to take some courses, 24 hours of course. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to fit that into my schedule? I really have to figure it out because it's going to expire on my birthday. And so I got to figure it out, like where's the time going to come from? And I'll figure it out in a minute. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with our horoscopes. We're going to kick it off like we always do. And that is with Aries. Be careful not to consume too many spicy foods or minor health problems could put you out of commission for the day. Get rich quick schemes will not be successful. The answers can only come from within. Yeah, watch the spicy foods because it can give you some minor health problems. And listen, if it's something that sounds too good to be true, Aries, it's probably too good to be true. So it's probably fake. So, and let me just tell you, get rich quick schemes will not be successful. No, they don't. No, they won't. And trust me, I've pretty much tried them all. You know, when I first started out as an entrepreneur, I used to try all kinds of stuff that was just junk. But I did a whole lot of good stuff too that I wish I had stayed focused on because right now I would have been somewhere else, y'all, somewhere else. But it's all in God's timing. It's all in God's timing. That's what I am coming to understand. And like really, really, you hear that stuff, but I'm coming to really, really, really understand. It's all in God's timing. As long as you stay the path he put you on, your time is going to come. This right here, Good Morning Gwinnett, yeah, this is my time. This I'm going to stay on this path because I know my time is going to come. Taurus, help those incapable of taking care of their personal affairs. Don't be a pest or a troublemaker today. Relationships will form if you get out and do things that you enjoy. Yes, don't be a pest. Look, Taurus, just don't be a pest or a troublemaker. Nobody wants to be around pests and troublemakers. Life is too short. Don't be a pain in somebody's butt. Just don't. And get out and do some things today. My brother and I are going to lunch. He invited me to go to lunch, so I'm excited about that. Because he's here now, and he's here now. So we're going to go have a nice lunch. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's beautiful outside. What? 63 degrees. By the time I get finished talking to you guys, it'll be 70. Yes, this is in Georgia. We're not in Florida, just so you know. It's Georgia. It's beautiful. Yes. Gemini, you may want to pull out some of those unfinished projects you got tucked away. Sudden disruptions will cause upset and change the routine of your home environment. You should visit a friend or relative who hasn't been feeling up to par. Listen, Gemini, if you know somebody that has not been feeling well, go visit them. Because sometimes life, I'm not going to say all the time life can be short. I'm going to say sometimes life can be short, and those moments can come when you least expect them, that you don't get to say, hey, how you doing today? And let me tell you, that's painful. Ooh, that's so painful not to be able to say goodbye. So very painful. So go tell somebody, go visit a friend or a relative who hasn't been feeling good, because you never know. I'm just saying. Cancer, double check your work and be sure that your boss is in a good mood before you do your presentation. Don't back down, but don't ignite the situation. Think hard before going into business with friends or family. Yes, think really, 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 really hard. Here's what I would say. If you're thinking about going into business, Cancer, with friends or relatives, just make sure that everybody know their roles, right? Because here's the thing. When you have your role in the business, there's no question about what you're supposed to be doing. Don't do anybody else's role. Do your role. And when your role is not done, everybody know who to go talk to. The problem in family and friend businesses, is when you don't know your role, and that person don't know their role, and that person don't know their role, and then everybody's in everybody's role, and then the other roles are not getting attended to. That's the problem. So what I would say is put a very clear plan of who does what on paper in a partnership agreement. And remember this. This is business. Right? You don't want to be in a position where you and your family and friends fall out because of business. And 9 times out of 10, if you sit down and have the conversation before you start, what is the vision for the business? And I'll give you a prime example. I went into business with some friends, right? And we had this conversation. We started a business, and it was 5 of us in the business. Was it 5 of us? Yeah, it was 5 of us partners in this business. 4 of us was building a business to sell. One of us was like, she never wanted to sell. Now this was at the table. One of us was like, she was like, I never want to sell this business. And so 4 of us like, well, we going to sell our share. You keep yours, and you like that. But that was important, because had we not had that conversation, we would not have known, like, okay, she doesn't want to sell, And so that may have been a problem down the line. If we had grown the business to this extraordinarily successful business, and someone wanted to acquire us, and she was like, and it required all of us to sell, she might have messed up a deal for us. But we went into business anyway because she changed her mind. Now here's the thing. She changed her mind. We formed the LLC, and at any time has she decided to change back, it would not, because we put that in the partnership agreement that we are building this business to be acquired. And so there was no way for her to back out, because it was in black and white on paper. So that's what I'm saying to you. Make sure that it was 6 of us, I think. No, it was 5 of us. Make sure that everybody know their role. That's all I'm saying, Cancer. Put it in black and white, so there's no, I didn't know. It's in black and white. Create job descriptions and all that for each person in the business. That way nobody can say, I didn't know, because it's in black and white. It's in your job description. It's in your role. All right? Leo, you could be cornered, so be prepared to tell the truth. Don't go out of your way, and don't let these unexpected guests cost you money. Look into ways to better yourself through improving your dietary habits and daily routines. We're doing good with the dietary habits. Got to get better with the daily routines. So we've been juicing with ginger, and taking ginger and what's that stuff? Ginger and turmeric shots. They are disgusting. We created some juice the other night, and something gave me and my daughter an allergic reaction. We didn't know whether it was the juice or the oysters, but we dumped both of them after that. Like, yeah, we don't know which one that was, because we had oysters with this juice, and it could have been a combination of eating it. I don't know. It was crazy, but we dumped it. But now we have like this other juice that we're doing. So juicing, that's going pretty good. Got to get the diet a little bit better. The daily routines, they suck. The only routine that's on point is we go bowling on Thursday. So we go bowling every Thursday. So that's 1 day of fitness in there. Got to get the rest of it. Got to get at least 3 more days in there on the calendar for fitness. I do my other stuff, my journaling and sage and prayers and all that every day. That part is fine. That's the early morning stuff. But that exercise, got to get better at that. Virgo, deep discussions may only lead to friction. This is a wonderful day to look into courses or hobbies that interest you. Elders may get you going today. Yeah, you know how I feel about courses. Learn something new. Listen, I'm learning Clubhouse, and I'm excited. And I'm going to talk about that on my Talk Business Tuesday after I get finished with the news that you can use around Gwinnett County. We're going to talk about Clubhouse some more. We're going to probably talk about Clubhouse for the next 5 weeks because it is an amazing platform. And I already got 5 topics about things that have happened in Clubhouse that I want to share with you guys that are very important, especially to those of you who are trying to get a job. Listen, it's not just for entrepreneurs. If you're trying to get a job, if you're probably trying to land an investor, if you want to learn about real estate, if you want to get your music heard, if you're a business owner trying to look to collaborate, I'm going to talk about. So the next 5 weeks, you're probably going to get tired of me talking about Clubhouse, but I just got a lot to share because I'm on there at least 5 hours out the day, at least. If not more, because I turn on early in the morning from 5 to 10 almost, and then I turn it on at night for another couple hours. So I'm on there a lot because I really love the platform a lot. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiason. Stay tuned.
Even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Even when it don't feel right, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. She be calling on a Monday, wanna meet on Tuesday, asking me to fix me up real nice. She can wait until the weekend, she wants off the deep end, telling me to bring the stuff I like. I don't wanna let her down, so I'm telling her yes. Though I'm kinda down from the pain in my chest, but I'm putting her to sign now. I'ma feel her right now, happy from the stuff I know she likes. I've been trying my luck every day of the week, yeah. With my baby, what's up? Ay, always down every week, yeah. Know I love her too much, but I just can't get enough. She's slipping through the cracks, call my bluff. She know what's up, can't get enough, yeah. Even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Oh yeah, even when it don't feel right, hey, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. We been chillin' on the Wednesday, slept until it's Thursday. She don't wanna leave me, not just yet. Told me all about last Friday when she went all crazy. Didn't go to bed till Saturday. I don't wanna go without, so I asked her to stay. Though she broke my heart in a million ways, but I'm putting that aside now. I'ma feel alright now, happy just as long as she's with me. I've been trying my luck every day of the week, yeah. With my baby, what's up? Always down every week, yeah. No, I love her too much, but I just can't get enough. She's slipping through the cracks, call my bluff. She know what's up, yeah. Can't get enough, yeah. Even when it don't feel right, hey, I still wanna party with her. Even when it don't feel right, yeah. You know I'ma party with her, with her, with her, yeah. Even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Oh yeah. Even when it don't feel right, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her. Even when it don't feel right, you know I'ma party with her, with her, with her, yeah, yeah.
Back, it's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiason. We'll pick it up with Libra. Don't spend too much in order to impress others. It's a favorable time for real estate investments and money-making opportunities to be successful. You will have a greater involvement in groups. However, they may not be to your advantage. Okay. Listen, you got some, it's a favorite real estate, investments, money-making opportunities to be successful. That's what I'm saying. Listen, now is the time, y'all. The economy is about to pop back. We're about to bounce back. Once we get the coronavirus in check, we're going to bounce back. So now is your time to be thinking about your business. You should be thinking about your business like right now. I'm going to talk. Listen, y'all know I love this topic, but I'm going to wait till I get on the other side. Okay? Okay. Scorpio, go out with friends. You must be extremely careful not to let relatives or friends interfere in your personal life. Tell them to mind the business, but in a nice way. In a nice way. You may have a hidden adversary. You may have a hidden adversary who would love to prove you wrong. Somebody's always hiding in the shadows, right? Instead of just working on themselves, why do you want to prove you wrong? But just know that somebody's out there that's supposed to be your friend. They trying to prove you wrong. They're trying to make you look bad, Scorpio. So watch your back. Watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Sagittarius. Social events will be rewarding. Keep your thoughts to yourself for the time being. Yes, sometimes some things are just better left unsaid. Sit back and observe, regardless of how hard that might be. Keep your mouth shut. Just watch and listen. Just keep it to yourself right now. And I know you want to chime in and give your 2 cents. Today is not the day. Not today, Sag. Keep your 2 cents to yourself. It's not today. Capricorn. Hassle with female colleagues may lead to problems with your boss. You may find yourself in an uncomfortable situation if you overloaded your plate unintentionally. Someone may not be thinking of your best interest. Watch your back, Capricorn. They do not have your best interest at heart. I don't care what they say. They don't have your best interest at heart, so watch your back. Yeah, and watch your plate. You know, don't listen. Don't say yes to everything. I know sometimes Capricorn could be yes people. Yes. Don't say yes to everything. Then your plate is overloaded. Now you're in an uncomfortable situation because you can't do everything that's on the plate. Empty the plate. Just say, you know what? This plate is too full. I got to get some of this crap off. I'm about to empty it. That's all. Just say that. You know, people think I'm mean. They think I'm mean because I'm really a no BS type of person. You wouldn't know it. Because unless you piss me off or unless you do something dumb, you wouldn't know it because I'm nice. But if you ask my brother, and my mom, oh my God, they thought I was the meanest person ever. And I'm like, well, why do y'all think that? I take care of everybody. I do. I take care of everybody. And I'm telling you, I'll take care of strangers. My mom knew that, but she still thought I was mean. She also thought I was too giving. She thought I was mean and too giving. How does that work out, Eb? I don't know. She thought I was extremely too giving. Now, here's the thing. I get it from her. If I was, I would give to anybody. And she was like, you gave it to him, didn't you? She would always say that to me. And you put it back, didn't you? I was like, yep. You gave it to him, didn't you? Yep. I think I told you guys, my husband and I was at Red Lobster one day. And someone had lost their wallet and had money in it. So we put the whole wallet in the mail and sent it back. My mom. Now, let me tell you about my mom. My mom was a Rolling Stone now. She was like, and what you did with the wallet? Like I sent it back to the person. Because she loved money. She loved money. Like any way to get it, she was going to try to get it. That was legal. Aquarius. Expect to have more people on your domestic scene. Focus on forming business partnerships. Plan a nice evening for 2. Don't that sound nice? Plan a nice evening for 2. You know, I'm focused on the business. I'm about to start planning a nice business for 2. Focus on forming a business partnership. I talked about this a few minutes ago. Make sure, Aquarius, if you're going to form that partnership, put a partnership agreement in place. Make sure everybody know their roles, and you can do that by creating a job description for each person. And the people that if you don't have people in certain positions, figure out how to leverage like Fiverr and Upwork to get those people in place to take up the slack for the things that you know your partners do. Because that's the other thing too. Like if you know that you're good as a CFO, a CEO, a COO, but you suck at being a social media expert, hire a social media expert. And you don't have to have one on staff and on payroll all the time, but you can go to Fiverr or Upworks and find someone that can help you move your business along in that space that you're not good at, right? You're good at what you're good at. Put that in the job description, right? Go through the business with a fine-tooth comb. Who do you need? How do you need them? When do you need them? And what do you need? And that way, when you do the partnership agreement, everybody know their role. I'm telling you, that's the most important thing. And the second most important thing is making sure that everybody is on board with the vision and the mission of the business. That's really important, because if you have one vision for the business and that person have a mission and a vision for the business and y'all mission and vision don't link up, because here's the thing, sometimes, not all the time, Sometimes people would jump on board with what you're doing because they think they're going to miss the train. They don't have the same mission and vision. They don't even have a good reason to really be on the business as a part of business. They only want to be there because they feel like they're gonna miss something. Whether it be they see a huge payday down the line, and people listen, and also be leery of people that just want to put in money. Right? I'm not saying don't take investment money, but when somebody just wants to put in money, that may not be a good fit for what you're trying to do. You may want somebody to put in some money and some sweat equity or some expertise. Right? So if you're just looking for money and you want to call all the shots, yeah, you may want to think about it. But if you know that person is just trying to put in a few dollars, and especially if it's not a lot of money, if it's like a few $100s, and they want some ownership and all that, nah. You go crowdsource for that. You go crowdsource some funding for that. You don't want that. You don't want to give up equity, a few $100s to give them equity in your company, and then now they got equity and they're not doing anything. Nah, don't do that. I'm telling you, that's not a good idea. Pisces, I did all these things. This is the reason I'm telling you that. Remember, I've been an entrepreneur for 24 years, so trust me, I done bumped my head against the wall plenty of times, more than I care to remember right now. Probably can't remember from bumping my head against the wall. Pisces, opportunities to meet new lovers will evolve through interaction with groups or fundraising functions. You need to put some trust in others. Don't let anyone take credit for the job you did. Yeah. Okay, now fish, listen. I am married, so I'm not looking for interaction with a new lover. But for those of you who are single, and I say single with a capital S, those of you who are single, you got to get out and mingle. You got to get out and interact with groups. Do some fundraising functions. You never know who you may meet at a fundraising function. Yeah, you put a little trust in. I know it's hard for us to. Let me tell you about fish, right? If you betray our trust, it is hard for us to trust again. We may love you, talk to you, hang out with you, but if you betray our trust, it is extremely hard for us to trust you again. I'm talking about extreme. Well, let me say this. I'm a fish, and if you betray my trust, it's extremely hard for me to trust you again. I will love you, do things with you, but the trust, you're only going to get a little bit of that. So I don't know about the rest of my fish friends. This is how I am. All right. So listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on to some news you can use. So tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, Gwinnett Cares is hosting an online COVID-19 summit. It's going to be featuring the Georgia Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Kathleen Toomey, and that's going to be tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you really want to know what's going on in Gwinnett County, this is an opportunity for you to listen in on this. It's going to be live stream. It's virtual. So if you want to listen in, you can. Because it's live stream. I'm gonna tune in tomorrow because I really wanna understand what's going on, because I hear so many different conflicting stories. Like, one of the main things for me right now is these two different variants that have been found in the United States. My whole family had COVID, lost my mom to COVID, and right now they got two variants. They don't know if we're immune to those variants, so I have questions about that. Because I'm still wearing my mask, but I may be just I may be just running out sometime and don't know, like, okay, if I get this other one, how will it affect me? Will I get it? Can I get it? Things like that. So these are the questions that I need to have asked. So if you have questions that you need to have asked, this is a great opportunity for you to listen in, hear exactly where it's coming from our Department of Health, so you can get your questions answered, okay? So to find out more information about it, go to GwinnettDailyPost.com, and you're going to see the story there. Down there is the link, or you can go to Facebook.com/Gwinnett Cares to get the link for the Zoom tomorrow. So just make sure you do that. It's tomorrow at 8 a.m. So set some time aside to check. If you have questions that you need answers to, this is a great opportunity to hear from our from our health department and our health professionals with Health Commissioner. Georgia Public Health Commissioner Dr. Kathleen Toomey, and that's tomorrow at 8 a.m. So make sure you check that out. All right, so Lawrenceville is about to join some other cities here in Gwinnett County and say, you know what? No smoking in the parks and recreational facilities. Yep, at a work session of the Lawrenceville City Council earlier this month, Deputy Manager Steve North recommended an update to the city's park and recreation ordinance to reflect the county's tobacco-free policy implemented back in October. This amendment will allow both county and city police officers to enforce the county's policy. Now, here's what that means for you. If you are found in a park or recreational county recreation facility or Lawrenceville recreation facility with smoking, yeah, you could get a fine up to $100. Yeah, because you're in violations of the amendment. You're in violations of the designated smoking areas. You will get a fine up to $100. So just know that could be a possibility. So don't go inside the park smoking or recreational facilities because you're gonna get a fine. No smoking. So don't do it. Don't say you didn't know because I told you so. I'm just saying. Because some people are like, I didn't know. Yeah, you knew. You knew because I told you so. Gwinnett Board of Commissioners approved a construction management contract for a new fire station in Swanee. So Swanee is going to get a new fire station, which is great. A new fire station that will be located next to the Swanee Town Center on Main Park. Project is cleared to be built. The Gwinnett County Commission approved hiring Reeves Young LLC to manage the construction of the new fire station 13 this past week. The station will be built on the land of the city of Swanee. Is providing and at the intersection of Swanee Dam Road and Main Street, and at a library driveway. So Swanee is getting a new fire station 13. That sounds like a movie, sounds like a TV show, right? Yeah, listen, the county is growing, and so we need to make sure that our emergency management system is up to par. So having a new fire station and expanding is great. So that's a good thing. Anytime we can do that. Now let's talk about some beer, right? So I think I told y'all earlier last year I had the opportunity to almost start a brewery here in Snellville. It was going to be in Snellville, and the investor was going to give me $350,000, and I was like, okay. And I went and I looked at a location, and they started telling me about grease drains, grease traps, and all this stuff, and in my gut, though, I was having this feeling like, man, like, do I really want to try to start a brewery? And I was going to start a nano brewery, so there's a difference. So there's the big brewing companies like a Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then there's micro craft brewers like Slow Pour and Iron Horse and all those. Those are micro. I was going to be a nano, which is even smaller than a micro, which is probably just going to be a job because at that particular size, I don't think I did my research. I couldn't make no real money, I don't think, because it was too small, because I didn't have the capacity to make a big one. So it was going to be a nano brewery, a nano craft brewery. But I was excited about it. I was excited because, it was different, and I felt like it was a way for me to connect to the community. Listen, I'm always trying to figure out how to connect to this community. And I felt like it would be a way for me to connect to the community. But I also felt like it wasn't a good time because of the pandemic. And my daughter said to me, and you know how you have that gut feeling? When she came to me, she said, are you sure you want to do this? And that was a confirmation that I needed because I was not sure. And I went back to my investor and I said, hey, listen, I cannot honestly take your money not knowing where we're going to be in this economy. And that would be foolish of me to do. So I didn't take the money. And that was the first time I have turned down an investment to start something. But knowing that the people could not go inside of restaurants, I could not take his money. I could not do it. It didn't sit well with me. And honestly, I was a little bit afraid because the economy was just getting worse and worse. And, people were not at restaurants eating. And, I was like, no. And it wasn't a super high traffic place. However, there was a barbecue place that had just opened up next door. So I saw some synergy there. But still, like, I could not. I didn't feel comfortable taking $350,000 from somebody to open up a brewery. But anyway, that was me. That was these people I'm about to talk about. Because they probably got money to sustain them too as well. $350,000 is going to get me up and running. And then I would have to learn how to, well, not really, because all the machinery that I was going to put in was all automated. So, yeah. Little Burn officials are looking to revitalize a Railroad Avenue and the area of Old Town Lilburn, and the first goal of the effort is starting to brew. Yeah. So that's a play on words, just in case y'all don't know. They want to attract a brewery to fill part of the building currently occupied by Builder Steel. Now, here's the crazy part. I probably could have went right in there and did that. I was ready. They're looking for a brewery. Everybody's opening up breweries right now. I think Lawrenceville may have 4. They may have 4. I know I talked to John Reynolds over at Slow Pour, which I'm so ready to go over there and hang out with them guys. There's another one called the Iron Shield. I think there's one more in Gwinnett. There's one in in Snellville, and the one I was gonna open up in Snellville was on a different end of Snellville. One is over there, like over by the McDonald's on Snellville on 78. That McDonald's right there, and I can't think of the corner, but it's a shopping plaza right there. There's a brewery right in there. I don't know if people know that because I've been over there a couple of times. I didn't know it until I was starting to ride around. I was like, is that a brewery? But anyway, they want to, Lilburn officials want to have a brewery put in there. So, there's an opportunity if you're thinking about, starting a brewery. You know what I mean? So Lilburn is saying, hey, this is the town. They're saying, hey, we want to put a brewery here. So brewery. So if you're thinking about starting a brewery, check out, go over to Lilburn. It's at the Railroad Avenue. That's where it's going to be located. And they're looking to do that. Hope Spring Distillery is also located on that street. So Hope Spring Distillery, when the pandemic jumped off, they stopped making alcohol and started making hand sanitizers. So they pivoted in this whole pandemic. And I remember talking about them. I was like, that's pretty cool. So they are a distillery. And they was like, you know what? We need to jump in and make some hand sanitizers. So they did a pivot because we had a shortage all over the place. And they started making hand sanitizer. And you could go to the distillery and pick up your hand sanitizer. So I guess they're back to business now, doing distillery work, not hand sanitizer anymore. Maybe they got a whole separate unit of their business just because of the pandemic. Now, don't get me wrong. The pandemic has caused a lot of hardship for a lot of people, more heartache than anything for a lot of people, whether it's because you lost someone or you lost your business, heartache. But it sure did spur up a lot of new entrepreneurs. Yes, it did. It spurred a whole lot of new businesses were formed because of it. There are people making masks. My cousin has been sewing her entire life, and she told me she was so busy making custom masks. Like she made my brother. My brother is in a fraternity at Omega Psi Phi. He's in that fraternity, Q Dogs, for those of you who don't know. And she made him a custom mask. My mama purchased for him, and sent it to him when he was in Jersey. So she said she's been super busy and she's still making masks. She got all kind of masks she's making. She got the cloth mask. She got the mask with the shield on it. She made my mom a mask with a zipper so my mom can unzip it and drink out of a straw. It was so cool. So it has launched businesses, a lot of good things. So yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened, but a lot of good stuff happened too. But anyway, if you're thinking about doing a brewery, the city recently issued a request for proposal for partners interested in developing a brewery in part of that building, which is located at 57 Railroad Avenue, and conducted a walkthrough on Friday. Anyone interested in taking on the project must submit a proposal by March the 1st. All right. So go on over to Gwinnett Daily Post, check the article out right there, and see what you got to do to put your RFP in for the brewery. All right? All right, I'm going to a song, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk business right after this song. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm tongue-tied, twisted around your finger like a piece of string. I'm winded, chasing after your ghost is real exhausting. I'm in love, but I don't think it's what I thought it was supposed to be. Love story, no guts and no glory. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Well, I don't usually get like this. 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 Reminded of how I met you, tried to catch you falling. Instead I fell off myself and I just can't stop falling. These wings are gonna flap for me if I keep waiting. Keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you. I don't usually get like this. I don't get like it's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? I just wanna kiss you. Well, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Get like this. No, get like this. Yeah. Get like this. Yeah. Get like it, like it, like it. She loves me not. This bouquet is all I got. I'm dreaming, or could it be a future for you and me? She loves me, I know it's true. Or maybe I'm the fool for you. I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Yeah, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Oh, get like this. No, get like this. Yeah, get like this. Get like this.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, y'all know it's Talk Business Tuesday. I already told y'all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Clubhouse. Now, here's the thing. I was thinking about this because someone asked me on LinkedIn, like, Audrey, I only use Android products. Well, they haven't rolled out Android just yet. They only have rolled out iOS. So that means you got an iPad or iPhone, you're good. Sorry for Android users, not yet. But here's what I was going to say. If you got an iPod, and I don't even know who has an iPod anymore. I still have an iPod. But they're probably really, really cheap because you probably can find one on eBay or something. If you really want to get on, you love Android, and you really want to get on Clubhouse before. Here's the thing: you want to get on there before they actually do the official launch. Right now, they're still in beta, and there's about 1 million users over there in beta right now, right this minute. And so you want to get on board. Like, right, I wish I had known when they launched back in August. Oh my God, I wish I had known, because I would have been on it. And I absolutely, listen, I like to talk. This is a talking platform. This is not texting and messages and pictures. This is a straight up jump in the room and open your mouth and talk. That's what I love about it. But if you have Android products and you really want to get on this platform, you want to get on right now, go get you an iPod. That's what I want to say. Go get an iPod, and it's probably really cheap. You probably can find one on, matter of fact, I'm going to look it up on Amazon real quick. I don't even know if they still sell iPods, because people have iPhones, and, that comes with everything you pretty much need, but they may. I would say get on that platform. Here's the thing. I'm not big on social media. I suck. I'm telling you I do. They still sell iPods? Is that an iPod? Is that an iPad? No, that's an iPod. They still sell. They are high. Oh my God, $190. I didn't even know they. Listen, when I bought mine, I still got it. Somebody want to buy mine? Holler at me. But anyway, and here's the thing: if you know anybody with an old iPhone, you may be able to just put the internet on the iPhone. Okay. But anyway, so here's what I was saying. So I hosted my first room yesterday called Pod Chicks University. And it was so funny because the first person that showed up was a guy. And I was like, okay, it said Pod Chicks. But I was happy he came. His name is DL. He in the Washington, D.C. area. And his show is going to be about, he's launched a podcast. And it's about not all things politics, but all things, I think, Metro D.C. And he's interviewing people in his Rolodex, which I'm probably sure he has a powerful Rolodex. And his podcast is about that. There was another guy who came into the room. He was a new dad, and he was launching a podcast. And I thought that was pretty good. And a couple of women. And I was like, holy crap. So what happens is, and I don't even know how they found me, because we got this thing called a hall room. So let me just back up. So in order to have a club on Clubhouse, you have to host at least 3 Clubhouse once a week to be qualified. right? So what I did was I hosted one last week. This is my second one this week. I'm hosting another one tomorrow, and then I'm going to host another one on Friday, and then I'm going to host another one next Wednesday. So that's going to qualify me right there to be put in line to have a club on Clubhouse, right? And it's kind of like a group, but it's like your own little thing. You get to talk to people and talk about the things that, you want to share. Mine is called Pod Chicks University. That's what my club is called, Pod Chicks University. And and there are a lot of people who want to learn how to podcast. And there are a lot of people who are afraid of the huge rooms. And we're going to talk about big rooms versus small rooms later. But today I'm talking about hosting your room. So it was very simple for me to set up a room. All I had to do was hit the plus sign, open up the calendar, and put my room on the calendar. Pretty cool, pretty simple. And then people who were my friends or who followed me or who followed some of my friends, I think, they actually saw my room pop up that it was going live, and they just dropped into my room. And when they drop into your room, they raise their hand and you bring them up to talk. So cool. I was so excited, y'all. It was 6 of us in the room, but when I tell you I was excited because I hosted the room last week, and one person came in and talked for a few minutes and they left. This time I had 6 people, and I was like, okay, all right, that's better. And I think it's going to be dependent on the topic that I have. Like next week, I forgot what I was talking about. I think I'm talking about Alexa, maybe. So if I'm talking about Alexa, like does your podcast have an Alexa skill? I'm probably going to get all the people that already podcast. And then the next week, on Friday, I forgot what I was talking about. But next week, I have a guest coming on my Clubhouse, and he's going to be talking about how to negotiate to get your podcast funded and things like that. So I'm excited about that. And so I'm also excited to be able to launch my club on Clubhouse. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this platform comes with so many benefits, and it's growing. So you thought TikTok was growing fast? This is growing really, really fast because people get addicted because it's so much information being shared all day, 24/7. And here's why: because people are in different time zones, so they are able to talk to you in different time zones. So you can wake up at 2:00 in the morning. Somebody is on there because somewhere else in the world, it may be 2:00 in the afternoon. So that's why it's so powerful. But here's the thing. You want to know what you want from this platform, just like any other platform. For me, it's about collaboration. I'm big on collaboration this year. I'm big on exposure this year. And the reason being is because I intend to grow Good Morning Gwinnett into a multi-million-dollar brand up under the Noise company. And I'm writing a new book called about podcasting. It's a totally different book, a little bit different spin on different than when I wrote Pod Chicks. Pod Chicks was really talking to other women who podcast. This book is about podcasting, and specifically hyper-local podcasting. And so I'm writing a book about that. And so I want exposure. And I want collaborative partnerships. And this puts me in a place where I can get both. Because there are people in there who want to collaborate with me. Like I was in one this morning, and I'm almost positive I'm going to have about 3 or 4 collaborative ventures out of those rooms. One of them is like a book, and one is like a podcast, and one is probably going to be a TV channel. That's why this is important. So these are people that I met just this morning, talking to them, raising my hands, answering questions just this morning. And now I'm setting up lunch with people and things like that. So that's why this is important. Like this platform is amazing. And what I would say to you, I know that people, before iPhones, I loved Android, right? But what happened was I had an iPad, and I couldn't control my iPad with my Android. So I was like, well, I might as well get an iPhone. And then my whole family got an iPhone, so we can talk to each other and FaceTime each other in groups and things like that. So all my friends and family pretty much have iPhones, so we can FaceTime and talk and all that good stuff. So if you don't have an iPhone, I would say go to eBay somewhere and see, can you find an old version of one that can get on the internet, so you can have access to Clubhouse, because it's growing. I know there are people like, listen, I haven't been excited about no social media platform except for YouTube. I was a little bit excited about YouTube, but that's a lot of work because I got to do videos all the time. This platform, I am mad about. Do you hear what I'm saying? I am crazy mad about this platform right here because it's so simple. Like once you put the app on your iPhone or your iPad, it is so simple to use. But the people that are out there, like Damon, I was in a room day before yesterday with Damon John from the Shark Tank. Yeah. So Damon was in the room dropping wisdom, talking, answering questions. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is the power of, and listen, None of us who are talking about and raving about Clubhouse are getting paid from Clubhouse right now. It's just such an amazing platform till, you want to be there. Here's the other thing. You may not be a business owner, but you're looking for a career in a specific area. Trust me, there is a group on there or a club on there in that area. My husband is in pharmaceutical, and he's, I think he said he was going to start a room, but he put pharmaceutical, and people have already been hitting him up to do stuff. He's like, somebody told him to host a room with them about pharmaceutical. He's like, but he was at work, so he couldn't host a room. So if you're trying to get into the pharmaceutical industry and on the manufacturing side, they may be hosting a room about what you need, what your resume need to look like. I'm telling you, you do not want to sleep on this platform. I heard Gary Vee say that about TikTok. I couldn't get it. I didn't get excited about TikTok, even though I knew the power of TikTok and I was looking at TikToks and laughing on TikTok. I just couldn't get excited. I didn't get excited about it. I just didn't, the platforms that I would spend most of my time on was LinkedIn, Instagram, and just hollering at friends and family on Facebook. Twitter because it's media, but most of the time I spent was on LinkedIn and Instagram, and that was because LinkedIn was about business. And Instagram, it was a little bit for me. It was business and family. But now my Instagram numbers are skyrocketing. They're going up every day because I meet some amazing people and we're following each other on Instagram. And so I didn't use Instagram. I barely know how to use Instagram. My daughter I was like, look, you need to give me an Instagram lesson because I really don't know what I'm doing. And people are following me and it's stuff I need to do. And so she actually gave me like a mini Instagram course. And so it's helping me build my Instagram. Clubhouse is helping me build my Instagram. It's helping me create collaborative ventures. I'm excited about that. I think I have a millionaire mentor. We haven't set our first date. It's just allowed me to meet some amazing people around the world. I think I may be a TED Talk speaker. I can't tell you everything yet, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. When I tell you the doors, it's amazing. If you're looking for a career, if you're looking for help with your book, if you're looking for help with your business, if you're looking for help with parenting, they're there and you can talk to them and ask questions. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk a little bit about small rooms versus big, not tomorrow, next Tuesday, small room versus big rooms. And there's a difference. And you don't want to miss this talk because this is going to tell you what you need to be doing in each of those rooms, because you got some major, huge rooms, and then you got some really tiny rooms. And a lot of times people look at a tiny room like, oh, it's only 7 people in there. And I'll tell you why it's important to get in some of those rooms. But that's going to be next week. So listen, guys, I know today is Talk Business Tuesday, and I know I'm talking a lot about Clubhouse, but I'm telling you that this is a platform, especially if you like to talk, hence the podcast. If you have a podcast, you need to be on Clubhouse. If you're looking for a job, you might want to get on Club. I'm talking about a good job. You might want to get on Clubhouse. If you're looking for a collaborative venture, you might want to get on Clubhouse. If you're looking for some help with some marketing, you might want to get on Clubhouse. If you're looking for an investor for whatever you're trying to do, they do pitches on Clubhouse, voice pitches. So I'm telling you, it's live, it's good, and I can't say enough about it. But anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm going to go to my last song, and then I'm going to come back and close it out. And listen, make sure to tune in next Tuesday as I talk more business. And yes, it's going to be about Clubhouse. Sorry, but I'll talk more about that next week. Stay tuned.
Is a 4-letter word. Trust yourself and you get hurt. Tell yourself it's so absurd. 4-letter words. 4-letter words. I hate it when you're like this. You never get excited. Get struck by lightning. Don't hide it, no. Don't hide it, no. Soulless man, do you feel it? Love hurts more when you're in it, yeah. Gravity at its limit, at its limit. by lightning. Don't hide it, no. Don't hide it, no. Soulless man, do you feel it? Love hurts more when you're in it, yeah. Gravity at its limit, at its limit. Do you feel it? Like
So it's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney. Listen, I'm about to close it out for today, and but I wanted to give you my words of inspiration before I go. So here goes. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. Ooh, let me say that again. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the souls. Democritus said that, and he was right. Listen, happiness is not in things. Happiness is in your soul. It's in the love you have for others. It's in the good deeds that you do. I'm telling you, you may think that when you get the thing, you're going to be happy. Ask anybody who has accomplished anything, right? They're happy for a second. I know. And then they start chasing the next thing because things don't bring you happiness. Happiness is in your soul. Happiness is in the love that you share. Happiness is in uplifting people and making them better. Happiness is making the world a better place. That's true happiness. It's not in things. It's not in material things. It's not in your house. It's not in your car. It's not in your clothes. It's not in your diamonds. It's not in your hair. It's not in your makeup. It's not happiness, right? That's fleeting happiness. It only lasts for a moment. True happiness is in your soul. Thank you so much for listening to me. You could have been anywhere in the world to spend the last 53 minutes with me, and I appreciate you and love you to life for that. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett, on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett, and on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. If you miss any episodes of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to past episodes there. And also, go to Apple Podcasts, find your favorite 2 episodes, give it 5 stars. I appreciate you more for that. And support the show by going to goodmorninggwinnett.com and purchasing something, a book, a t-shirt, a pillow, whatever it is you want to purchase. Or if you have a business and you want to go in the business directory, I invite you to do so as well. Look up on the advertising. You can see how to do that there. I love you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, stay safe. Keep your mask on. And don't take anything for granted. And don't take anyone for granted. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.